Greetings everyone, and welcome to the latest talk of Jamie's Place. Today is a very sad talk. So, as you heard, maybe some care, maybe some don't, but for me it's very important. Apple discontinued the iPod Touch 7th generation last 2 weeks ago, by the time you see this video, but roughly early May. And they're getting sold out as we speak. Pretty sure they're all dead by the time this video is live. So they didn't just kill off the iPod Touch 7th generation, they killed off the iPod lineup. There are no longer any iPods available. It's kind of sad. The iPod meant a lot to me and to other people. So for this talk I want to dedicate a talk for the iPod. For everything it stood for me and the market and the people. So let me go back in time, way before even I got the iPod. Back before the original iPod was released, people didn't really understand the meaning of having music with you on the go. We had like a Walkman or a Discman, so you could carry around an album, maybe like two, on a very big, clunky, old school machine with headphones. Other than that, you needed a radio if you wanted to listen to more music on the go or get home. So when the iPod was released, it was a little device where you could put 1,000 songs in, and that blew up. A year later it became Windows compatible, so everyone could get it. And through the years they made smaller versions like the mini iPod and the Nano iPod and the Shuffle iPod. And it was all going well. They're colorful. The white headphones, Apple designed them, their trademark. They used to market it. Colorful machine with white headphones, black silhouette with colorful backgrounds. And, you know, it was the norm for us to just go on iTunes, buy our music digital, download them to the iPod, and just listen to music and chill like we're doing VR chat today. Just music is everywhere. Music in Spotify, music in Apple Music, music on YouTube, music in games. It's pretty easy to just sit down for a few hours and just chill and listen to music. That's thanks to the iPods. The iPod changed for the worst in 2007 when Apple released the iPhone. My precious baby, the iPhone. So basically it was a PDA with a phone and an iPod from Apple in one device. So when the iPhone blew up, people bought it and they just installed the music on their iPhone with the iPod app and just did the same thing. So by that, the iPod Classic was discontinued, which was the original iPod. And they introduced the iPod Touch, like a touch-based version, to have like an iPhone-ish feeling without being an iPhone. My first Apple product was the 4th generation iPod Touch. I was pretty late to the Apple group. I got the iPad 2 for my birthday in October 2011. I was happy with it. And a neighbor girl had an iPod Touch 4th generation, and my mind blew up. Like an iPad, but that small, and you could put it in your pocket. Where did you get it? What is it? And she said it was an iPod Touch. This was the 4th model, the Touch 4. So in December, I asked that for Christmas, and I got the base model 16 gigabyte Shuffle, iPod Touch 4th generation for myself. And I used them both. And I liked them. Of course, later I got the iPhone 4S to complete the trilogy of the iOS devices, and I used these three for different things: tablet, phone, music player. But then I saw like the iPod Touch and the iPhone being basically the same thing, so I just unintentionally didn't use the iPod that much and just used my iPhone, and I became obsessed with it. I evolved into the iPhone 5, 5S, 6 and all that stuff. But the iPod Touch, other than the 5th generation, basically stayed the same forever. So then I just got a Shuffle and a Nano for two different use cases. So the Shuffle was basically for sporting. I was very healthy. I just installed as much as I could and just click it on and just without anything on me, just Me, no wallet, no phone, nothing, just walk and sport. And the Nano was my actual thing. The first Nano I got was the 6th generation, which was like the watch thing. So it was like a square, you put it on your arm, and I had like a watch band, and I used like a smartwatch. And then my favorite iPod was the 7th generation iPod Nano, like a mini version. I used that until I couldn't anymore. The resolution of the display was too low. It didn't support Apple Music, so, and it was out of support. So Apple then in 2017 discontinued the iPod Shuffle and the iPod Nano. So I did what everyone else did and just bought the latest iPod Touch, which was the 6th generation. I got the max out 120GB space gray model and used that. And it was pointless. I hated it. I hated the iPod Touch 6th generation. It was bad at all levels. So I was ready to kill it off, and then the 7th generation iPod Touch got released, and I gave the iPod Touch 7th generation one last chance. So I got the max out 7th generation back then, the Space Gray 256, and I dedicated my life into it. I actually took it serious as a machine. I installed the apps again, I used it. Of course I played music on that thing, but I used it as my secondary phone until I got the Pixel 4, and then I had 3 devices with me. So then I just ignored the iPod, and my neighbor here had no phone and he liked it, so I gave it to him, and he still uses it to this day. And then I heard the news that Apple might gonna discontinue the iPod lineup soon. So me being like, oh no, I want some iPod with me when this happened. So I went to the store and I bought a 128GB Space Gray 7th generation iPod again, the Touch. I still have it. It's dead, but I still have it. I engraved, it was back when Unus Annus was ending, so I engraved on the first part the last iPod. Call back to The Last Jedi, Star Wars movie we just watched back then. Or, like, in my brain. And of course, Memento Mori on the bottom line. And I still have it, because I knew this was going to be the last iPod. I used it until the battery was unstable, and I just drowned it. I'm sorry, I just killed it. It was not worth it. No one wanted it. I wanted, who wants an iPod? No one. So I just killed it, and I put it on my Hall of Fame of discontinued devices, just like the Airport Express 3rd generation, the last one. And I just waited, and waited, and waited until this day came that Apple would finally kill the last iPod. I was actually surprised when it happened, because, you know, I felt like Apple was gonna put it on life support until the last day. So them killing it off right now is weird. They had 18 models, 6 colors in 3 capacities. I'm recording this video on the 17th of May because I'm going to Poland soon, so I cannot look in the future. But at the time of recording, only 4 models are left. The 32 and 256GB Space Gray model, and the 32 gold and red models. By the time this video is live, they're probably all for dead, or at least 2 or 3 of them. So they don't even survive June, I'm pretty sure of that. The iPod changed the world. It changed us. Spotify blew up, Apple Music blew up, all these music services blew up. Services like Beat Saber and VRChat blew up because this was new. Listening to music for whatever you can do, no control, just do what you feel like. It was amazing. And people like, for example, Dusty, you don't want to know how many songs he has. And some people live with music. They go to VRChat to dance and to perform. Some are DJs. Music is a very, and like the Blue one, for example. He loves just playing piano for the world, streaming, YouTube, here in VRChat. So these people have a big passion for music. And it couldn't be a passion without the iPod existence. Because the time before the iPod was terrible when it comes to music. The 90s was questionable, and people in the 80s were just discovering that music could be fun. Right before the 80s, music was just background music. But then in the 80s, they're like, oh, music can be fun. So they made the Walkman, and in the 90s a CD thing, and then of course in 2000 the iPod, and we kept evolving. So here we are in May 2022, and I want to give a fair farewell for the iPod lineup. A farewell to all the iPods I used in my life: iPod Touch 4, iPod Touch 5, iPod Touch 6 and iPod Touch 7, the iPod Shuffle 4, the iPod Nano 6 and the iPod Nano 7. You all changed my life and brought me to a world of music. Even though music is not really my passion compared to video and photo, I still like to listen to music. I have Apple Music, I stream, I have wireless headphones, and sometimes I chill here. Heck, this world had music playing, I muted it because copyright claim, but I can just unmute it and just sit here for hours listening to music. Thank you, iPod. Thank you, Steve Jobs, for bringing us the iPod. Thank you for once again changing the world. May you rest in peace, and may we, humans, remember this as 21 unique years of music. The era of the iPod is over, and it lives forward in other devices and other platforms. Thank you for listening to my talk. It's kind of different than the rest, but I wanted to do it like this. It's a serious thing. So, I'm going to edit this video and upload it and premiere it and going to Poland. So the next video you might see, ignore the 2 remaining shorts I pre-recorded, the 480 and 490 subscribe thing. They will get live once I reach the milestone. But the next serious video will be the blog for me going to all cap. You'll see my real life face for the first time in video form in years, in a new style that I only use once on Facebook, so you don't even know what it is. So, stay hydrated, everyone. Have a great time. Enjoy the summer weather. And even though it's still spring, it's summer. Enjoy. Get something cold to drink. And sunbathe. And swim. Stay hydrated. This is Jamie from Jamie's Place signing out. And giving you all love for all the feedback you gave me. Bye bye.